Hello friends, how are you? Please tell me in comment box. In this video lecture, we are going to study about the linear equations in one variable and two variable. Friends, this video lecture is going to be very interesting and knowledgeable for you. So stay tuned throughout whole of the video lecture. Myself Virendra Kumar and you are watching Sciacademy channel. So let's start the video lecture. Friends, as we have studied about the linear equations in one variable, and we know that the linear equations in one variable can be written like this: 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. Here we can see that the variable is only one, that is x. So solution of this variable or root of this equation can be easily find out by 2x is equal to minus 5, hence x is equal to minus 5 by 2. So this can be represented on the number line as shown in the figure 4.1. So you can see that this is a number line and the root of this equation 2x plus 5 is equal to minus 5 by 2, and that lies between 2 and 3 on the negative side. So this is the representation of the solution of the linear equation in one variable on the number line. Now we should keep in mind while solving an equation that first if same number is added to both the sides of the equation is not going to change. Second, if you multiply or divide the equation on both sides by the same number that is non-zero, then equation is not going to change. That means, suppose this is the equation 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. So if you multiply 2x is equal to minus 5 on both sides by some number, say this is 10, so the equation will remain same. Even if you divide both sides on by any number, real number, non-zero number, the equation will remain same. So keep it in mind that to simplify any equation, there is need sometimes to multiply or divide or addition or subtraction of the equations by same number. So that is the rule. Now let us now consider the following situation to get familiar with the linear equation in two variable. So friend, first, why we call this equation as a linear equation? Okay, so I would like to tell you that linear equation is called because the solution of this equation can be represented by the straight line. Okay, that's why we call it a linear equation. Now we why we call sometimes equation in terms of the variable, two variable, three variables. So because this type of equations contains more than one variable. So let us understand what is the linear equation of two variable. In that case, we will have the two variable in a linear equation. So now let us consider a situation in a one-day international cricket match between India and Sri Lanka held in Nagpur. Two Indian batsmen together scored 176 runs. So now express this information in the form of equation. So we don't know the individual scores of the batsmen, so but only the total runs by two Indian batsmen we know. So that suppose the run scored by one first batsman is x and run scored by the second batsman is y, then the sum of the two batsmen's score can be written as the x plus y is equal to 176. Okay, so this is an example of the linear equations in two variables. It is customary to note the variables in such equations by x and y. So other symbols can also be used to write the variables like s and t, like u and v, x and y, and so on. So now any equation which can be put in the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, any equation is known as the linear equation of two variables. Here x and y are two variables and a, b, c are real numbers. Condition is that a and b are not both 0. Any one can be 0, but all the constants can't be 0. So such equation is a linear equation in two variables. So let us consider an example. Example number 1. Write each of the following equations in the form ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 and indicate the values of a, b and c in each case. So let us take this. 2x plus 3y is equal to 4.37. ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where c is equal to minus 4.37 and a is 2, b is 3. Similarly, we can take this example, x minus 4 is equal to square root 3y. So we will bring x and y in the same side, so that will be x minus square root 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. So obviously a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus square root 3 and c is equal to minus 4. So similarly we can solve for this and this. So these are the equations, linear equations in two variables and is having the form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Also it is important to note that any equation of the type ax plus b is equal to 0 are also the examples of linear equations in two variables. That means they can be considered as the linear equation of the two variables. In that case, we will put the coefficient of y as a 0. That means coefficient of second variable as a 0. That means this way. So any equation, that means any linear equation of a single variable can be also considered as the linear equations in two variables, but mathematically by keeping the coefficients of second variable as a 0. Okay. So the example you can consider example number 2, that x is equal to minus 5 is a linear equation, that is x plus 5 is equal to 0. You can convert this into two variables by how? Ax, that a is equal to 1, by, b is equal to 0, 0 dot y plus 5 is equal to 0. This way. Okay. So that is the obvious. And for y is equal to 2, convert this into a linear equation of two variables. So in that case you can substitute the coefficient of x as a 0. That means 0 dot x plus 1 dot y minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, like this. Similarly you can solve for other also. Now the solution of a linear equation. What is a solution of linear equation? I would like to mention that solution of a linear equation in one variable is always unique solution. But in case of linear equations in two variables will not have a single solution, will not have a unique solution. They may have various solutions, infinite number of solutions. So it is to noted that. Okay. So already you are familiar with the linear equations in one variable has a unique solution. Now what about the linear equations in the two variables? So this is the suppose let us consider 2x plus 3y is equal to 12 is a linear equation in two variables, and we want to check it that what is the solution for this equation. So by inspection of this equation, we can see that for x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2, we will get the both side 12 plus 12 is equal to 12. That means x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2 is a solution for this equation. Okay, so we can write in terms of ordered pair 3 comma 2 in square bracket, in bracket 3 comma 2. So this is a way of writing the solution for the linear equation in two variables. So that means this value satisfy the equation and is a solution. But other solution can also be obtained for each value of x. We will get the corresponding value of y to satisfy this equation. Now suppose we want to keep x is equal to 0. In that case, y will be 4. Here, that means this is also a solution. So to get the any solution of a linear equation, simply you can put x is equal to 0 and you will get the corresponding y value, and y is equal to 0, you will get the corresponding x value. That means always simple way of getting the solution for the linear equation into variable, that substitute x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0 one by one, you will get the at least two solutions of the linear equations in two variables instantly. Okay, so now 1 comma 4 is not a solution of this equation, because on putting x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 4, we get 2x plus 3y is equal to 14. That means 1 and 4 is not a solution. But as I told you, other solutions are also like this. Okay, that means there is no end to different solutions of a linear equations in two variables. That is, a linear equations in two variables has infinitely many solutions. So mind it, note it. Any linear equations in two variables may have infinitely many solutions, and these all solutions can be represented on a number line. Okay, so let us solve the example number 3. Find 4 different solutions of the equation x plus 2y is equal to 6. So by inspection, x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 2, we get the solution. That is, x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 2 is a solution because it satisfies the equation. Now let us choose x is equal to 0, then you will get the value for y is equal to 3. Now put the value for y is equal to 0, you will get the x is equal to 6. That means you will having these solutions. That means there are 4 solutions at least, and other solutions may also be possible. By giving the value of x, we will get the corresponding value of y. So easy way of getting a solution, I told you, to take x is equal to 0 and get the corresponding value of y. Similarly, we can put y is equal to 0 and obtain the corresponding value of x. Okay, so you can easily find the solutions of linear equations into variable by substituting x is equal to 0 and corresponding value of y you will get, and putting y is equal to 0 and corresponding value of x you will get. So easy way to get the solutions of a linear equation into variables. Now this is exercise 4.2. you can solve it. If there is any problem, let me know in comment box. I will provide the solution. Suppose y is equal to 3x plus 5 is a linear equation in two variables. So what is true and why? So since this is a linear equation in two variables, so it may have infinitely possible solutions. So this is the correct answer. Another, write four solutions for each of the following equation. Let us take this example, this equation. So easily two solutions may be obtained. X is equal to 0, you will get y is equal to 7. Y is equal to 0, you will get x is equal to 7 by 2. And other you can check for the value of x and y. So what may be others? So suppose you are you want to get that for x is equal to 1. So solution for x is equal to 1, that means 1, and the value of y will be 5. So this 5. So this is third solution. Now suppose you keep y is equal to 1, so value of x will be 3. So 3 and 1 other solution, and other two solutions you get from the substituting for x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. Similarly you can solve this equation, this problem number 3. Now graphical representation of a linear equations in two variables. How can you represent the solution of a linear equation on the graph? So let us look at the geometrical representation. We can find the solution of linear equations in two variable algebraically. Now let us find their geometrical representation. So how can you represent them on the graph? So let us consider x plus 2y is equal to 6. So for each value of x there is a corresponding value of y. Now suppose this is x and y, so make a table and keep the value for the 0, 2, 4, 6, and you will get the corresponding value of y to satisfy this equation. Okay, now make the order of x comma y and you will get the points. Now you know how to represent the point on a graph paper. I have discussed in the another video and you can check it out. I will provide the link in the description box of this video, and you can learn that how to represent a point in the coordinate system on a graph paper. Okay, so you can see that in the Cartesian coordinate system you can represent the solution of this linear equation on the graph paper. So there are four solutions, and if you join these points you will get a line. So by joining any 2 points you can get a line. Okay, and it is very important to note that any point lying on this line will give the solution of this linear equations. So we can conclude that very important thing, that every point whose coordinates satisfy equation lies on the line AB. Every point. And every point AB on the line gives a solution of this equation. So reverse is also possible, right? Okay, any point which does not lie on the line AB can't be a solution of this equation. Okay, so friends, note it. So this is very important conclusion. So every conclusion, you can conclude that every point on the line satisfies the equation of the line, and every solution of the equation is a point on the line. In fact, a linear equation in two variables is represented geometrically by a line whose points make up the collection of solutions of the equation. So this is called the graph of the linear equation. So to obtain the graph of a linear equation in two variables, it is enough to plot 2 points corresponding to 2 solutions and join them by a line. However, it is advisable to plot more than 2 such points so that you can immediately check the correctness of the solutions, correctness of the graph. So if you are not satisfied with the 2 points, so you can take more than 2 points, that means 3 points. So and then connect all these 3 points, you will get a straight line, and all the points lying on the this line will give the solutions. So reason that a degree 1 polynomial equation is a linear equation is that its geometrical representation is a straight line. So as I told you that the first degree polynomial equation ax plus by plus c is called a linear equation. Why? Because its geometrical representation gives a straight line. Okay friends. So now take the example number 5. Given the point 1 comma 2, find the equation of a line on which it lies. How many such solutions are there? So you are given a point and you have to find the equation for a line on which it is lying. So here 1 comma 2 is a point, is a solution of linear equation, and that linear equation can be given like this: x plus y is equal to 3, y minus x is equal to 1, and y is equal to 2x. All these three linear equations satisfy that the point 1 comma 2 lie on these lines, since they are all satisfied by the coordinates of the point 1 comma 2. In fact, there are infinitely many linear equations which are satisfied by the coordinates of the point 1 comma 2. So now example number 6. Draw the graph of equation x plus y is equal to 7. So you have to find the solutions for this equation to draw the graph for this corresponding linear equation. So how will you find the equation? Firstly, there is simple way. First substitute the values for x is equal to 0, you will get the values for y, and substitute the value for y is equal to 0, you will get the corresponding x values. So the two solutions are 0, 7 and 7, 0. Now connecting these 2 points, you will get the line. And by using the Cartesian coordinate system, we can represent this line by graph. So here this line is a representation of the x plus y is equal to 7 equation. Now equation number example number 7, you know that the force applied on a body is directly proportional to the acceleration. That means it is asking to represent the equation of motion for F is equal to constant into acceleration. So and where k is nothing but the mass of the body, you have to represent this equation by the graph. How can you represent this? So firstly, let acceleration is represented on the x-axis and force is on the y-axis. So we have to find the value for k. Since we don't know the value for k, we can't draw the precise graph of f is equal to k. However, if we give a certain value to this k, then we can draw the graph. Let us take the k, that is mass of the body, is 3 kg, 3 k unit, so 3 unit. So in that case f is equal to 3a. So solution for this equation will be the force is directly proportional to the acceleration. So if we are keeping k is equal to 3, then f is equal to 3a. So if we take a is equal to 0, f will be 0, and if we take a is equal to 1, then f will be 3. So we find that the two solutions 0 0 and 1 3. So joining these 2 points we can get the straight line passing through the origin. So this is a straight line passing through the origin. Now graph of the equation for f is equal to k into a is a straight line which always passing through the origin. So here example 8 is given. For each of the graph given in figure 4.5, select the equation whose graph it is from choices given below. So you are given the graphs and you have to match with the equations. So you can do this. Now attempt the exercise. If you have find any problem, let me know in the comment box. Now we will talking about the equations of lines parallel to the x-axis and y-axis. So what is the equations of a line which is parallel to x-axis and which is parallel to y-axis, which is, and equations for coordinate line itself, that is x-axis coordinate and y-axis coordinate. How can you find the equations of these coordinate axes? So let us start. So already you know that the coordinates of a given point in the Cartesian plane where for any number, real number lie in the Cartesian plane. So all points lie on the x-axis if their y coordinate is 0. That means if this is a x-axis and this is y-axis, and if the point y coordinate is 0, that means the point will be lying on the x-axis itself. And reverse situation, if the coordinate, if the coordinate of point x is 0, then that point will be lying on the y-axis. So this is here the situation. Now it is saying that it is given by y is equal to 0. Note that y0 can be expressed as the linear equation ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. What we will do to represent this y is equal to 0? We will substitute the coefficient of x is equal to 0 and coefficient of y is equal to 1 is equal to 0. So similarly we observe that equation of the y-axis is given by x is equal to 0, as I told you. So equation of x-axis what is given by y is equal to 0, and equation of y-axis can be written as x is equal to 0. Okay. So when you are given that y is equal to 0 is a linear equation, what is its physical meaning? The y is equal to 0 means the x-axis and x is equal to 0 means the y-axis. Now consider the equation x minus 2 is equal to 0. So obviously its solution is x is equal to 2, and which is a point on the number line. However, when treated as an equation in two variables, if we treat this equation as a equation in two variables, then we will write in that form like x plus 0 dot y minus 2 is equal to 0. This has infinitely many solutions. In fact, they are all of the form 2 comma r, where r can have any real number. Also you can check that every point of the form 2 comma r is a solution of this equation. So an equation in two variables x minus 2 is equal to 0 is represented by the line AB. So here you are seeing that this line AB is x minus 2 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to 2 is a line which is parallel to the y-axis and is at a distance x is equal to 2 from the y-axis. Okay, and it can have many solutions because there are many points which are lying on this line AB. So all those points lying on the AB will give the solution for x minus 2 is equal to 0, and that point will be in the form of 2 comma r, where r will give the ordinate values. Okay. Now example 9, solve the equation 2x plus 1 is equal to x minus 3. So after simplification we see that x is equal to minus 4, this. So this is also a line parallel to the y-axis but in the negative side. Here we are seeing that x is equal to 2. This was the line parallel to y-axis but on the positive side. Now it is value in negative. So this will x is equal to minus 4 represents a line parallel to y-axis but in the negative x-axis side. So here you can say that on the number line we can present this point at here. Now x minus 4 can be represented as the linear equations. So this, which is linear equation 2 variables, this is represented by a line. So we will draw a line parallel to y-axis. Now all the values of y are permissible because 0 dot y is always 0. However, x must satisfy the equation. Hence two solutions of the given equations are x minus 4, x is equal to minus 4 and y is equal to 0, and x is equal to minus 4, y is equal to 2. So similarly we can have many solutions. Okay. Now attempt the exercise 4.4. Give the geometric representation of y is equal to 3 as an equation in one variable. In one variable, what is this? This is lying on a line number. Okay, at y is equal to 3. In two variable, it will represent a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance 3 from the x-axis. Okay. Similarly, you can attempt this. Now the summary of this chapter. What you learnt in this chapter. So we learnt an equation of the form ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 represents a linear equation in two variables where a, b, c are the real numbers, where a and b both can't be 0 at a time. Second, a linear equation in two variables has infinitely many solutions, as we saw in this during the video lecture. The graph of every linear equation in two variables is a straight line. Also we proved that x is equal to 0 is a equation of the y-axis and y is equal to 0 is the equation of x-axis. The graph of x is equal to a is a straight line parallel to the y-axis, and the graph of y is equal to a is a straight line parallel to the x-axis. An equation of the type y is equal to mx represents a straight line passing through the origin. Now suppose here it is y is equal to mx. Suppose if y is equal to mx plus c, then c is not equal to 0, then that line will not pass through the origin. It will make some interception on the y-axis. Okay. Next point, every point on the graph of a linear equation in two variables is a solution of the linear equation. So every point on a line will present a solution of the linear equation, and every solution of a linear equation can be represented on a line. So moreover, every solution of the linear equation is a point on the graph of the linear equation. So that's all. Friends, I hope that you understand this all concepts, and if you have any doubt, please let me in the comment box and suggest your ideas if you what you want more, and if you like this, please press the thumbs up and share this video with your friends and colleagues and batchmates, and subscribe the Sciacademy channel so that you can get the updates of the incoming videos